Woodford.
Present.
Nichols.
Here.
Sanders.
Present.
Ware.
Present.
All present, we do have a quorum. Thank you all for attending tonight. We're going to go ahead and get started here with a few questions and comments from residents. And we're going to go ahead and begin with our public comments from just Ms. McCall. Jessica.
Mine is directed actually at Chief Purcell. This week, there was a couple of attempted carjackings at Casey Hall. And someone, came in there with a gun, or didn't make it in the building, but had a gun out there. Is there beefed up security at Casey Hall and in St. Joe in general?
I could answer that in one word, absolutely.
All right, thank you for your comment. Question, Ms. McCall. The next question that we have next is from Mrs. Christina Walker.
Okay, I don't have the sheet, so which one was it, the first?
The one about the clean sweep.
Clean sweep, okay. I'm in Centerville 18,
Okay.
and we did not receive any flyers for the clean sweep that they were doing today. So my question to you is, in the future, what do you plan on doing to make sure that the residents know, at least a couple of days ahead of time, these people work and whatnot, and
Right.
stuff, to be able to get their stuff out to the curb for the, to benefit them as a program?
Right, and I appreciate your comment. Obviously, in Centerville 18 precinct, I guess there was a delay getting that flyer out in time. For the most part, we normally are pretty good about getting the flyers out, but what I plan on doing is having those flyers already made up and then getting with the precinct commitment in that area and letting them know that, hey, you need to get this out by Monday if the clean sweep is going to be that Saturday, because of course, we don't want to have it out too early, because if you put it out too early, then you'll have items out waiting for about 2 weeks. So at least get this out at least 4 to 5 days in advance, per the mayor. And so, because one thing about it, we do want people to participate in the service. If they do need ample time to get this stuff out, and I definitely agree with you on that. And so I plan to crack down on that so that people have enough time to get the belongings out to the curb.
Well, I know we don't have a precinct commitment right now, so if you do get the flyers, we need to pass it out. I'm sure we can come up with someone to do it. Can you find out if they'll do it again, so the residents will be more aware of it?
Okay.
If they can do it in the next couple of weeks,
Yeah.
maybe do like St. John or whatever.
Definitely, I'll definitely get in touch with the gentleman at the county and see if he can't come back out and just kind of go back through again.
Okay.
But definitely, and I thank you for, that invite for passing out literature. Thank you. Ms. Walker, you have another question
I
about
do.
the fire hydrants?
Fire hydrants, what's going on with those? I know Commonville is responsible for some, and the village road is responsible for mine and where I'm at. So basically, my question is, for the whole area, when do they get serviced? Who are they serviced by? But also, when can we get someone to St. Joe to check my fire hydrant? I'm just gonna say it truthfully.
Right.
I want my fire hydrant checked.
Right.
I've had house fire, I've lost everything, so I know.
Yeah. Well, Ms. Walker, and these are great questions, because first of all, we all are aware that the unfortunate event that happened over at the Cooper apartment with that fire there. And these fire hydrants, I'll tell you, this is something that you really never think about until something catastrophic happens. And so I've talked with the chief, fire chief, and what we plan on doing is I told him I want a detailed map, I want a detailed plan on all the fire hydrants here in the village of Cahokia. If they work, if they don't work, which ones, who is responsible for what, because just coming into office, this is something that I really didn't know about. But he told me he's gonna have that all laid out for me next week, so that way we know which fire hydrants work, which ones don't work, and who's responsible for which ones, because as you all know, the weather is about to change, and people like to use space heaters. And when it comes to space heaters, sometimes are fires. And so we don't want another event like what happened at the Coopers, and we can't get there or have the water right there where we need it. So I definitely plan on getting with the fire chief about this.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can I say something on that?
Yes.
You got the water guy sitting here. Did they just flush, they flushed all the water out?
They just did their off fine. I was gonna tell you, all the.
Are they good? We
You
sent
got him
them
sitting right here telling me
home.
answer questions. I mean, he knows that he's flushed all the
They
water.
were just done about a month ago, if that. So all ours in our area, our water district are fine.
All right, thank you. And then next we have a comment from a question from Ms. Donna Ayres.
Yes, and this is for your assistant. We came to Stingers and you didn't show. and we waited on you, because all the precincts were supposed to be there, and then there was like 4 or 5 of us that were sitting there waiting on you. So you didn't call Susie, like you said you would.
Ms. Jackson?
I'd like to address that. That day, I did call a representative of that organization, and they pretty much advised me not to come because of some people who were going to be there. They thought that they were making a lot of derogatory comments about
Who did you
blacks
speak
and
with?
things like that.
Who did you speak with, Ms. Jackson?
And
And I would like to make.
Kim Beers,
I
she
did,
spoke with Kim Beers.
I did talk to her, and I did explain why I was not gonna be there, and I did tell her Susie was gonna be there. And what she said was, how about if I call Susie to see what she needs from me? And I said that would be a good idea. That's how the conversation went. I won't go into the rest of it, because it's not nice what I said to her. But, you know, she was supposed to call Susie, that's the last I heard. I don't know if she called Susie.
No, she didn't.
I knew it.
You didn't call Susie, because I was with Susie, and we went up there, and there was 4 of us sitting there waiting on you. And then, oh, this was your decision to do, and she was happy as she could be, and you gave her the flyers, and I passed them out.
And actually, it came up at a meeting. I offered to make the flyer.
And they're wonderful.
And we passed out the flyer, but that day I did get some information, thought that they did not be going to be.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mrs. Ayres. And then last but not least, we have Mr. McCall. Jessica?
I have a comment to make. Mayor and Board of Trustees, all of you demand respect at these meetings, but we the citizens are not being respected at these meetings. I'm here to make a statement regarding the method of these meetings and the illegal things that are going on during them. In regards to the Open Meetings Act, there are continued violation of the Open Meetings Act at every single board meeting. You know it, I know it, everybody here knows it, and the Attorney General knows it. Have you completed the electronic training online? You're all required, either elected or appointed, to do that training within the first 90 days. It's against the law not to allow public comment and questions in an open forum. It's against the law for you to require us to submit to you ahead of time. Your whole ordinance is against the law. You do have the right to limit the amount of time and the amount of time for each speaker, but not monitor our First Amendment right, which is freedom of speech or the Open Meetings Act. You may not like what we say or how we say it. I get nervous standing over here. But it's all right, it's the law. Sit down, please, to finish this. In regards to passing ordinances, it's required by law that you must openly name all ordinances and discuss those ordinances with the board members in an open meeting. You need to address and discuss with us too, because we should be allowed to know what an ordinance is and why it's being put in place. And to be honest, it's the same with any and all issues regarding Cahokia. We have a right to input where our tax dollars go. We have a right to discuss some of these decisions. Because Mayor McCall, the Board of Trustees, you seem to forget that you don't own this village. We as taxpayers own this village, and you work for us. You work for us. We are within our rights to speak at these board meetings, and will no longer tolerate being escorted out simply because we attempt to exercise our First Amendment right to freedom of speech and the Open Meetings Act. It is our right to be present, and it's our right to be heard.
And with her saying that, I think I have the right to speak.
Mr. McCullough, thank you for your comment. Okay, we're gonna move on
Would you
to
like
this
to hear what I
time,
have to say?
to public comments and questions, if you, Ms. Ayres.
No, I don't need to submit them.
Any, questions or comments?
I haven't.
Submit that at the day of the meeting.
I have a comment to you. Would you like?
Public comment, place your public comments, and request at the day of the meeting. Thank you.
I'm not gonna go, no.
Okay, we have, minutes from the board meeting on October 13th of 2015. At this time, I need a motion and a second, please.
Pearson.
This time, I need a motion. It's your first time, that's all right. Okay. This time, I need a motion and a second. Motion by trustee Motion by trustee Bradford, second by trustee Wolf. Roll call, please.
Pearson. Yes. Bradford.
Yes.
Wolford. Yes. Nichols. Sanders. Yes. Ware. Yes.
Minutes approved. Next, we have the minutes from the executive session on October 13, 2015. I need a motion and a second, please.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Ware, second by trustee Sanders. Roll call, please.
Pearson. Yes. Bradford.
Yes.
Woodford. Yes. Nichols.
Yes.
Sanders. Yes. Ware. Yes.
Approved. We have payroll and accounts payable. It's time for a motion and a second for approval.
I got a question.
Trustee Nichols.
You got Janice Chan worked at the nutrition center. They're paying her $20 an hour at the nutrition center. That's a lot of money. I mean, that's more than anybody should ever make. And there's not that much to do there. Then you got Betty Sharp on here for $800 and 80 hours. If that's every 2 weeks, that's $67,000 a year for her. How do you pay them? I'm still on that kid. But you got Miss Jackson, you got Betty Sharp, and you got the 5 we hired here. The only one that's working is probably Betty Sharp. Miss Jackson, she's in the office when I call. That's the only person I ever get. Can you answer these pay rates? You don't.
Once again, Mr. Nichols,
You're gonna tell me it's not, right?
no, it's not. It is noted. It's also, these funds have been allocated as well.
Allocated from what? You don't understand, I was here 4 years before you. There was no funds. I mean, where are you getting the money? I mean, I wanna know.
Those funds have been allocated, Mr. Nichols, and, we will continue to move forward here to close the call. Roll
Where
call,
did they
please.
get allocated? No, I'm not gonna sit down and say, look, I'm a trustee, I have the right to speak,
Pearson. Yes.
and you're gonna sit here and shut me up for no reason.
Wolford. Yes.
Motion by.
Is that right?
Motion by,
You're gonna answer my question
second
or
by
Money's out.
Sanders. Roll call, please.
Pearson. Yes. Bradford.
You gonna answer my question?
Nichols.
No.
Sanders. Yes. Ware. Yes.
Approved. Moving
So
on,
trustee
we now
doesn't
have
have no reason to
reports
speak
from
to
chief
this
of
meeting?
police on law enforcement. Anything?
I don't have nothing now.
Report from the village attorney. No report. Unfinished business, none.
Something he won't listen to, he can't answer my question.
Francella Jackson. Do you have?
I don't have a seat, I'm a
Do
trustee.
you have any?
I am a trustee.
Before we.
Well, you know what? If you don't like me,
Mr. Nichols, can you please have a seat, sir?
no, answer my question and I'll sit down.
Chief?
No, I won't. Take the best shot at this one. Say that right now. You think it's fun folding? Wiggins, how much you drew? $30. Versus on the bills here? Nope.
Okay.
Priscilla,
We have no
I'm a
business.
trustee and I've been here 62 years.
I have no
Well,
business licenses. At this time, we'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. At this time, we have to have a motion and a second for adjournment. Motion by Ware, second by Bradford. Time now is 7:14.
no.
Roll call, please.
Pearson. Yes.
No,
Bradford.
This
Wolford.
Sanders.
Sanders.
I thought you guys were for me.
Seriously.
Okay, Sanders.
That's
Where?
wrong. What you guys are doing is wrong.
Yeah, you're doing.
You know what, I'm going too. Just because money is allocated doesn't mean you're spending it wisely. I'm going. You guys are a joke. All of you guys are a joke. That is wrong.